cars, my girlfriend, and graphic design. Three things dominated my life as a 26-year-old at Iowa State University. America became my home. A lot of things changed for me. My intellect and my personal experiences helped me grow. My skin color did not change. It is still brown. My name did not change. It is still Muhammad. In America, most of the times Muhammad is perceived to be either a terrorist or a job stealer. And boy, let me tell you, if your name is Muhammad, the idea of just going to an airport stresses you out. We form our opinions about people when we first look at them. These opinions are based on the visual cues we have learned through culture and through personal perceptions. We put people in a box. It is the box that we have designed specifically for the group we think they belong to. In a recent flight from Abu Dhabi to Dallas, the seat right next to me was taken by an international student from India. For those of you who don't know, India and Pakistan share a long history of animosity and political hostility towards each other. It is due to a partition that happened in 1947. It broke one country into two separate countries. Today, these are known as India and Pakistan. British colonialism was responsible for the partition, and during the process, thousands of people lost their lives. After gaining independence from the British and losing part of its land based on religious ideologies, both the countries have now engaged in several wars, thriving on political propaganda. History books are completely distorted to make the other one look bad. Even right now, as we speak, tensions between the countries are escalating. There is a rumor of war. In that flight, that was the first time I had met an Indian face to face. I was guilty of putting him in a box. I was guilty of putting him in a box based on what I had learned, known, read all my life. But the minute I decided to discard that box, I realized we were more similar than different. And by the end of the flight, we became friends. So here's what I want you to do. Whenever you meet someone new who looks different than you, stop. Think. Check your attitude at the door. Are you treating them differently because of the way they look? Does their religion, sexual orientation, where they come from, what language they speak, have something to do with you creating a box for them? When you meet someone new, forget about putting them in a box. People often mistake me for being a Mexican, but when I tell them I'm a Pakistani, they usually have nothing to say. This may be because they don't have enough information about Pakistan, therefore they cannot form an opinion about me. Or come up with a box to put me in. I think of it as an opportunity to inform them about me, give them a better understanding about the Pakistani people. But on occasions, I come across someone who knows something about Pakistan, and they simply associate me with the country where Osama bin Laden was found and killed. And on occasions like these, I bring to their attention the 16-year-old Pakistani Nobel Peace Prize winner, Malala Yousafzai. If you really have to box me, please pick that box. The world is changing. Civil unrest and wars are forcing people to move to newer territories. While some feel forced to move in search of better economic opportunities, others simply need a better life for their children. Europe is still debating Brexit. ISIS detaining kids. Syrian refugees are fleeing wars. It's 2019, and we are still talking about building walls. I keep wondering why the world is not accepting of all people. The sad truth is, according to the Federal Bureau of Investigation, hate crimes in the US are on the rise. In the year 2017, the number of hate crimes were 30% higher than 2014. This anti-immigrant, anti-minority sentiment hurts America. Culturally, socially, economically. While this rhetoric was present all over the US, I was aware of similar race-related incidents taking place at the Iowa State campus. In October of 2016, at least 20 posters containing messages that evoked feelings of fear, anxiety, and bias among the multicultural students were pasted across the campus. While I was aware of this rhetoric being normalized across the country, it was hitting close to home for me at the Iowa State campus. So I decided to counter this rhetoric through the only expression I knew. That is graphic design. Graphic design is a powerful tool. It is used every day to change minds. It is used to persuade you to go to one store over another, make you buy one product over another. It is through graphic design that the brands create emotional attachment with their consumers. So I wanted to see, can I use graphic design to increase knowledge? To educate people about the issues? And to build a better society? Because in my opinion, solutions in the worlds of design are above and beyond just visual aesthetics or corporate profits. They pertain towards the betterment of the society, cultural development, and being the voice of reason. So I wanted to ask a simple question. How can I use graphic design to bring people together? How can graphic design help us all get along? How can having conversations help us work through all these issues? How can I design a project that I can base on local issues, but it can have a global impact? So I called the project GET. GET is a mixed media installation consisting of stories of individuals who belong to different minoritized groups. There were 7 participants, each of them belonging to different groups. Groups such as African Americans, American Muslims, international students affected by the so-called travel ban, and others who are serving this country as veterans or police officers. The exhibition uses sound, photography, and technology. It was a 3-day event originally organized at the Iowa State University campus. Day 1 consisted of a symposium. Lights were kept dim. Spotlights were used to only highlight the speakers. The speakers prepared the audience for the exhibition. And after the symposium was over, the exhibition was open for the public. The exhibition explored the avenue of interdisciplinary art. How can we use visual imagery, sound, technology to create a mixed media installation that can have a positive impact? Giant portraits are put onto the display right next to the stories of the participants. If you scan the code, you can listen to their stories as you look at their portraits. This powerful rhetoric, powerful narrative in participants' own words helped you destroy any box that you thought in your head. any box that you thought they belonged in. The exhibition was attended by roughly 6,000 people, both online and in person. The exhibition was a success. People came, people spoke, people became unboxed. People embraced multiculturalism. People became people. When you listen to their struggles, when you listen to their stories, you start to see the person, but not the box that you thought they belonged in. In my mind, this exhibition was a small-scale prototype. I wanted this to be seen by more people. But in reality, it needed both time and money. And as a graduate student, I lacked both. The original place of the exhibition was Ames, Iowa. And this is an issue which is bigger than Iowa, bigger than the Midwest, bigger than any one geographical location. It was not only geography that was also an issue, but the means to go to the exhibition, the knowledge of the exhibition, and the access of exhibition were all the limitations that were holding the project back. So the solution was simple. If the audiences cannot come to the exhibition, we take the exhibition to the audience. My idea was to come up with a mobile van exhibition, something that I can put on wheels and travel across the country in. Something that can equip me with the space and the equipment I need in order to take the exhibition to different places. I plan on taking this exhibition all across the country in the near future. Everywhere I can go, all the towns, all the universities, all the public spaces, wherever they'll have me, I'll go there. In my opinion, every individual who's ever felt that they're boxed, they have a right to be heard, right to be unboxed, right to be known as who they are and not part of a box. My ultimate goal is to take this project and convert it into a book, something that can be published. It can also provide a means to access to all these stories, no matter where you are in the world. So I encourage you, while you're here, go to the Wilson Center, check out the exhibition, become part of the movement. And for those of you online and watching it on YouTube, you can become a part of the movement. You can have a look at all these stories online at projectget.net. 4 days after my first exhibition, I was a speaker at TEDx Iowa State University. And now I'm privileged to be here. The exposure continues to grow. We're adding more groups to the project. What started as a small thesis exhibition that was trying to help me make sense of my circumstances have now become a voice of countless people. People who want to be heard. People who want to embrace multiculturalism. People who want to be just people. People just like you and me. Thank you.